Hey guys, welcome back to Resin Mess Express. Today I'm going to do, this is a new mold, I'm not going to lie. I did try it out last night, stained it, that's alright. It won't show up in our next pour. But anyway, it is a Village tea light holder. And it looks so stinking cool. But the colors I'm going to use for this, I'm going to use the Let's Resin Interference Blue, Color Shift Dark Blue. Very, very pretty colors. We're going to use that on these two here. I'm going to use these alcohol inks. They came from Let's Resin 48 Color. Inside the box comes a little color chart, and I just taped it to the lid. So when I'm looking through here for a color, I can kind of judge right off the bat what I need. So the colors I picked for today, well, come on. Okay. For the lamppost, I'm going to use latte and black. For the trees, I'm going to use the forest green. And for the houses, I'm going to use midnight blue. Some of these are not open yet, so I am going to get my needle here, get a paper towel, and open them. All right, I know forest green I have not used. I'm not a big person that uses green a lot. I'm not a person that uses green. I'm going to cuddle, yeah, down into this paper towel and poke my needle straight down in, pull it out, because if you don't, it will go everywhere. That's a pretty green, very pretty. Okay, let me get the lid back on it, because I will need to shake them up. I know I've used midnight blue. I have not used latte or this particular black bottle. I do have some, but I don't feel like trying to find it at the moment. So I'm just going to open it because I know I will use it anyway. Okay. Oops, something flew off. Probably a piece of paper towel. Okay, and there is our latte color. I thought maybe if I mix some brown and black together that the light post might look kind of cool. The reason I want alcohol inks in these is so the light will shine up through it a little bit better, which we will assemble it at the end. Alright, let me get this black here, and then we'll get to moving. I just wanted to show you how I open them. Just take a needle, like so. Okay, let me set that out of the way so I don't, yeah, perfect. Okay, now let me shake these up real quick. You always want to make sure you shake your alcohol ink because it settles at the bottom. Just give it a good shake. Okay. On the mica powders, I use 3 scoops of that little spoon that I use. 3 scoops each color. I'm going to probably go off camera to put this alcohol in there so I don't get it in the mold. Okay, I'm going to just mix it up like normal. Dissolve any of that powder so I don't have any clumps. Okay, pour some resin in here. Oopsie, come back here. Thank God that wasn't resin in there. I'm just making a mess everywhere. Okay, crisis averted. All right, let me get this over here. I was just trying to get on camera. I'm just going to do a little bit just to mix up that powder into resin. I love this color shift blue. It is so pretty. It's almost, when it color shifts, I'm not sure what it's supposed to color shift into, but to me it looks like a real pretty blue, greeny maybe. I don't know. Set that to the side. Ready for our interference blue. Stick, mix all that powder in to dissolve it. Okay. I had seen somebody say on YouTube, I'm not going to say who, but they said when you mix your colors with your alcohol first, that it can dilute your colors, like dull them down. I haven't noticed that myself. Maybe I use 91% alcohol. I think they use 99%. That could be why. I have never had an issue with the 91%. And there we have our interference blue. Can definitely see it. All right, now I'm just going to pour, you know what I ought to do? Put this in a paper cup so I can, oops, not do that. Squish it. Let me do that. Hold that thought. Let me get some paper cups out here. I have stacks sitting beside me over here so I can just grab them and go. All right, let's do, not going to need very much. 2 houses. I don't know how much they hold. I didn't measure it yesterday. I'm going to stop right there. It looks to be about 2 ounces. And we're going to do our midnight blue. So let's do houses. 2 houses. Looks like 2 ounces. I'm telling you. This poor day. I got ready to fill my alcohol bottle. Took the lid off my sprayer. Set it down. Remembered I needed to tell my husband something. Went in the other room. Came back. Forgot it was sitting there and knocked it on the floor. No, it wasn't empty. I hadn't filled it yet, but it wasn't empty. Thank God alcohol dissipates pretty quick. Whew, it went into a rug I have over there, went onto my floor. Yeah, one of those days. Hope this video isn't like that. And ready. All that pretty color down in there. Okay, I'm ready to pour the houses real quick. I still see some glitter in there. Oh well. It is what it is. I'm just going to pour it. This way I can see if there's any stinking bubbles too that decide they want to join. I can get them out of there. Okay. A little bit more. Stop right there. I'm just going to look here real quick. I don't see any hanging out in there. I guess I should spray. Let me spray that real quick. This mold came from Temu. If anybody curious. Alright, let me see here. This side doesn't look as full. There we go. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Put that color to the side. We had just a little bit left, so that used probably 1.5 ounces maybe. Sorry guys, didn't mean to hit the camera. Make sure there's no bubbles in there. Not seeing any. Just kind of, okay. I don't see any, thank the Lord. Okay. Let's put that one more time. Now, let's move on to our trees. I don't know how much I'll need for that. A little bit more. Probably 3 ounces. So I will stop right there. Shake this up again just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do 6 drops. Okay, get a stick. I hope this turns out pretty. When I put it together, I will show you what I'm going to do. Or show you how I'm going to do it when I put it together. You know, something like that. I'm not a green person, by any means, but this is not bad. See how dark that is. I think I want a wee bit more. Let me put a couple more drops in there. 2. Like I said, I wanted to use alcohol ink so that we can see through when the light hits it, is my plan. Okay, get that scraped off. That mixed in real well. Okay. All right. Pouring on. Start here. Uh-oh, it's overflowing on the end. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Get back down there. You little booger. There we go. That one actually looks pretty darn good. I don't see any bubbles hanging out in our corners that I can tell. Spritz that one just to make sure. That may have been, well, no. Looked like I may have put too much alcohol, but it didn't look like it had any in there. Okay. Alright, let me get some down here. There we go. Alright, looks like I see something in there. No, I think it was just the alcohol wine on top. Okay, let me kind of clean up around here. Yeah, I poured too much in there. Let's take a wee bit out. Okay. All right, I think we're good there. Moving on. Let this flow. Whoa. Come on now. Play nice. Play nice. All right. Looks good. 3 more to go. I tried to clean this mold out the best that I could after I poured it last night. There might still be some chrome powder down in there. I just wanted to see what it looked like with chrome. But after I poured the chrome and put the lights in, I thought, nah, I want to try alcohol and see what we get with the alcohol ink, what effect, not effect, but what it's going to look like with the light. I am really surprised no bubbles are forming on these little tips of these trees. Really surprised. Okay, let's see here. Sorry if my head gets in the way. I'm just trying to look at it from like above so I can see. I thought that was something in there. I'm not sure what it was. All right, next and last but not least. Okay, let it flow. As I say, let it flow where it wants to go. Okay, I think we are good there. I will set that one aside. We'll probably put all these colors into our reindeer that we started yesterday. He's going to be one colorful little guy. Okay, moving on to our lamp post here. I won't need much of it either. Maybe an ounce if that. So, let me get another paper towel. Hold on. Okay. Let's put some of the latte in first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just put a couple drops of the black. I just wanted a deeper color brown. 1, 2. All right, let's see what that gave us. Get all that mixed in really well. Really well. Okay. We'll put it on a paper towel and see what it's going to look like. Get that scraped off. Get all that ink off there. All right, let's do the... That is an ugly browny yellow. I don't know. Let's add some more black, shall we? I think we shall. Okay, let's do 1, 2, 3 drops of the black. Okay. Get it off your sides. It loves to hang out and party along the side of your cup. For sure. Okay, let's see what color we have now. Mix it up just a couple more times. Now it's green. Huh. You know what? Well, shoot. Let's keep adding black, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I should have left the brown out and just went with black. I don't know what I was thinking. Apparently I was not. Oh no! Hold that thought. Oh wow, it did not go anywhere. It stayed in the cup. Oh my word. Whoo! Got clean up there though. I'll take it. I told you, stick around, you'll see a mess. Okay, now what do we have? Oh, my hair's in there. Lovely. Let me get rid of that real quick. Don't want that everywhere. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to go with it. It's a dark, dark, dark greeny color. Okay, let's just go with it. It is what it is. Just kind of let it flow. It is so thin in that area. I'm going to let it flow down in here. I may have to help it. We'll see. Let me go ahead and pour some up here. Hopefully it'll meet in the middle. Play nicely. Okay. Slowly pour. So hopefully we don't get any of those little bubbles. Okay. Stop right there. I'm just going to let it flow for a second and then go back in and see what we get. I'm not seeing any bubbles. Let me spritz real quick. That'll help it flow too. I should have done that before. I know I sprayed it once, but the alcohol had evaporated, so. Alright. Stop there, see if it'll keep flowing. I'm going to try to help it along here. Just a little bit. Okay, kind of clean up my sides. I love this little tool, but the tip likes to come out very easy. That part is annoying. Okay. Just make sure if you don't, I mean, it's easier to clean it up as you go than if you wait till you're done. Trust me. Okay. I was going to do that, but I changed my mind. Let's pour it just a little bit more. Then we'll get that one cleaned up and move on. Just a thin line. Like that. There we go. Okay. I'm going to kind of try to get some in here. If it'll drip off that little tool there, silicone tool. Actually, we're putting our drip in there. I don't want a lot, just enough. Okay, I think we're good. I think we are good. Don't worry, that was just alcohol ink closed that fell. Okay, I'm just going in between these little glass parts. Oops. Glass parts. It's not glass. I guess on a lamppost it would be glass though, wouldn't it? Okay, let me get a... Actually, I might be able to use this baby wipe. Let me get this cleaned up. Good grief. Yeah, I was hoping the alcohol incident on the floor wouldn't carry over into my project, but... Well... It's kind of looking like it's did. I swear I'm shedding so bad. Okay, I think I got it. All right, let's move on here. Let me get a couple bigger cups here. And I'm just going to divide the rest of our resin. I know you can't see it. I'm just doing it, dividing it between cups. And then we'll pour the color in. All right. Okay, I'm just trying to divide it as evenly as possible. This resin is getting warm. Thank goodness we're almost done for the most part, until we come back and put it together and see how cute it's going to be. Hopefully it's going to be cute. We'll find out. Alright guys, I'm almost done here. I'm at the bottom of the barrel, so to speak. You know, I guess this is a Let's Resin day minus the molds. They didn't come from Let's Resin, but still. Okay, there we go. Uh-oh. Hold that thought, I'm running down the side there. Hands are sticky. Okay, I'm just going to pour our blue into here, like so. Get all that pretty blue. All right, on to our interference blue. I love when you pour that into the cup how it looks. It's just so cool to me. So cool. Doesn't take much to entertain me. Not at this age. Okay. Get the rest of that in there. Alright. Let's get these mixed up and get to pouring. I am going to spray them both with alcohol just to make sure, since there's a lot of places the bubbles can hang out. There is an imperfection in this mold right there. I thought it was something on there when I opened it. Nope. It's just an imperfection. Usually you have that type of thing with Temu molds. Okay. I've noticed anyway. I'm not going to speak for everybody, but myself, I've noticed. Alright, let me get that cleaned off. Get this stick cleaned off real quick. And we will get to pouring. Okay. Alrighty. Think we are ready to roll on, so to speak. Alright, spritzy spritz. I'm just going to randomly pour it wherever. If I go over the tops of them, I don't care. That's fine. I'll clean it up before I demold it. Okay. I kind of want this to look like, you know, winter bluey snow type effect. Get some up in there. Oh, it's going all the way down inside my cup. Hold that thought. I don't want that much on there. Let's get that off there the best we can. That way I don't have as much cleanup anyway, but I think we are just about full. Let me move that back a little bit. Okay, let me pour some in here. Okay, that side is good. I may have to prop it up. It doesn't look level. Oh, good grief. I'm about over today already. It may be time to go back to bed at this point. Okay, let me scoochie that under there, like so. I really don't want it on that side. I'd rather it be more like right there. Okay. I don't need much more, for sure. Well, Beth, come on. Excuse me. Okay. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I am not sure, to be honest, what these little spiky things are. The only thing I can think of is it's to let the light through, probably. Which I will show you when we put it together. Are you covered? Why are you covered? You should not be covered. Okay. Just try and make sure all that's cleaned off the best I can. Okay. I think we're good on that one. Now on to this one. I think I'm just going to like pour. This is just your base. So, yeah. Pour, and pour, and then I will stop and scrape it. But first, you know what I didn't do? I didn't spray it. Okay, let me just go down in this crevice here just to make sure I don't accumulate. See, look at that bubble it came up. That was a big bubble. Look at that one. That's what I want to make sure. There's another one. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just concentrating so I don't overspill this. Because if you've seen today, it's not been fun. Okay. There we go. Just gonna kind of just put all that back in there as best I can. Okay, now let me scrape. I still have bubbles coming up. Good deal. You just come on up, boys and girls. Clean the side off here where I went over a wee bit. Okay. Let me just kind of tap all the way around. What is it Steve McDonald says? Tappy wappy. Give a little tappy wappy. Okay, let me scrape out my cups, and we will get this going to cure up. I will put it on the heat mat. Yeah, my resin's getting really thick now. That could be why those big bubbles are coming up, because of it being so thick. Come on. All right, let me get the other ones in there, and then I will dump the, not glitter, alcohol inks I have left into that reindeer. All right. All that yummy goodness in there, the best that I can. Yeah, it's too sticky. I think it's done. I think I wore out its welcome. All right, let me grab. Listen how sticky. Ugh. Yuck. Okay. I see a few. See how sticky it is? Look at that. It's making like little mounds. Okay. Yeah, it's starting to cure up really quick. Well, good deal. All right. Let's get this in here. I think it's not really going to matter. I hope you can see it. I'm just pouring in our alcohol ink into our little reindeer guy here. That's all I'm going to do with that. Set him aside. And we will demold him when he gets full. Okay. That's kind of cool. The green alcohol ink and the green glitter. I didn't plan that one. For sure, I didn't plan it. Okay. Alright, guys. That's all the damage I can do. Whoa. You know what? What is that? Oh, do I want to add that? I do. Let's just do it. What the heck? It'll probably turn out ugly, but we'll find out. I don't want to waste it, for sure. So I would say this particular mold holds, 10 to 12 ounces of resin. Because like I said, I made up about 13, 14 ounces. And we had just a little bit left to put into our reindeer. So, yeah. Alright, guys. I am going to clean up, and we will let this cure up, and I'll see you back here. Okay, guys, we are ready to demold. This is all cured up. It's been probably about 2 hours on high on the heat mat. I was just noticing I have a scratch here. I am not sure where that came from. Thank goodness it's the bottom. Anyway, let's go ahead and start demolding. We'll start with the little stuff. It's still very soft, which I knew it would be because I'm impatient. I want to see it now. Come on. Very bendy. You know, those turned out really good, actually. I don't see any bubbles. See that? Very transparent. That's what I wanted. Perfect. I probably should have some gloves on. Hold on. Just because it is so bendy. I don't want to leave any fingerprints if, you know, it were to be that soft. Just to be safe. I will clean them with alcohol later, but for now, let's just get the rest out here. Cute little hedge. Cute. Get this tree. And this tree. That green turned out really pretty. It was what? Forest green, I think it said. Let's resin. I don't see any bubbles. Where is my... Hold on. You'll be able to see it better on this white background. Isn't that pretty? Love that. So pretty. Okay. Get our last tree out. Then we'll get our lamp post. I know these are going to be bendy. Oh, yeah. For sure. Not liking the... See the indentation on there from the mold? I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. Right there. Well, I knew it wasn't perfect. Anyway, let's see. Let me fold this in half. See what color we actually came up with. It does look kind of... I can see the green, but it also looks black. So, good deal. Excuse me. Okay, get this little lamppost out. No cleanup, which is awesome. Alright, that one's out. Now let's take this out. This is what we're going to put our little pieces in. Let's see how this turned out. Still bendy, like I said, so I've got to be careful. Oh, wow, that turned out really good. Really good. I'm loving the white there. Isn't that pretty? I think it's pretty. That's what I wanted, kind of like a cold, bluey, white, snowy effect. For lack of a better word, I don't know what you call it. We get snow every year. And our base, which turned out perfect. Perfect, perfect. I see one little bubble right there. And just a few tiny ones. It's okay. Good deal. Alright, I'm going to put this together real quick just to show you. I'm not going to leave it in here because it's still wet. Okay, we are going to, first of all, I've got these lights here. They're colored. It's the only thing I could find at the moment to grab. I've got others elsewhere. But just for demonstration purposes, we're going to use this one. You don't have to use lights if you don't want to. I just think it's pretty stinking cool. Okay, let me get that in there. You're going to see how bendy that is. That's why I don't want to leave it on here. Put that on top. Place your houses wherever you want. Just a suggestion, though, on the hedge, you don't want to put it like over here because it's going to hang off. So we're going to put it right there. There is a designated spot for our lamp post, the squares. So that goes there. Uh-oh. Which way is the... There we go. Like I said, it's very bendy. Okay, is that the right way? Put that one in there. And then we'll take this taller house, put it in here. Let's see. Let's do a tall tree in the back. We'll do that house there. Put a small tree in front of the house so we can see our house. And we'll take our medium trees here. I don't know if there's supposed to be a certain way to assemble this. To me, it's whatever you want to do. It's your project. And there you have it. Hold on, let me get some lights. Other lights. I'm going to use some tea lights. Just to show you real quick. Get those turned on. Okay, I got these on Amazon, where I get most of my stuff, and they just go right in those holes. And there you have it. I'm going to bring you down so you can see it. Forgive me if I get in the way of the